sternocleidomastoid before we start to go into a little bit more detail as far as the actual shoulder muscles are concerned, and start to look at our superficial muscles. But just to emphasize again that the muscles are pretty useless without the connective tissue that holds it in place. And I said, not just the fascia that holds it there, but also the surrounding and investing superficial tissue which joins up the rest of the body. I'll keep saying it again. You know, this is the stuff that you are touching as a therapist with your hands. You're not touching muscle. You are touching the stuff that the superficial stuff that we've been looking at. And you can sort of see that into here. I'll just get my other close-up camera. Now, if we just pull onto that a little bit, there we go. See that? So as we grab hold of that, we get the idea of this fascia being invested. You see how that's wrapped around. So that's the ceiling of it. And what I've done is I've come along, and there we go. There's our fascia that's sitting across the top. There it is, lovely. And I come along with my tweezers, or my scalpel in this instance, and I've cut it. And I pop in there, and I go there, and I pull that back. And then what I'll be doing with my scalpel is destroying those tissues. But there it is. There's the tissue there. Look, and look how strong. I'm really pulling on this. I'm really giving it a really good old hard yank. Yeah, really giving it a tug. And you can see it's not resisting. But the moment I get hold of muscle, watch what happens if I just peel the rest of that tissue back, and I manage to get hold of a bit of muscle here. It just pulls apart. It just falls apart. You know, there's nothing to it. There's no integrity left to the muscle. The fibre is just basically mush. The moment I just, there it is, it peels away, and hey presto, what have I got? I've got these sort of fuzzy fibres left behind, which are still strong. They don't care, the muscle's gone. And each individual fibre is then invested and wrapped with these, each individual muscle fibre is invested and wrapped with these bits of connective tissue, just called a different name. Epimysium, perimysium, endomysium. They all mean, you know, to wrap around, to float upon, to be inside. But you know, we're not here to destroy the tissue. Let's just put that back. There we go. And it's as good as new. You wouldn't know I'd been there until you try to operate it. But the capacity to operate any muscle is going to be completely eliminated once you take this tissue away. Once you take any of the tissue away, you know, the whole thing is you know, no longer able really to be functional, because the things that are encasing it and keeping it there and keeping it, you know, fed with blood supply nutrients has been taken away. It's been removed. It's been reflected. You've got no chance of anything working in that ever again. So let's start to trim this. Let's trim this fascia back a little bit, this deep fascia back a little bit, and start to look at a little bit of muscle. As we come over this lateral shoulder here, there's a little bit of intramuscular septum. So we've got this division between pec major and the deltoid. And as that deltoid heads down towards the inside edge of that humerus, the continuity of the deltoid with the pec is really interesting to note. It's one of those things that, again, you can sort of see it from this perspective. Let's come across to there. See it from this perspective, that it shares a bag. It shares a fascial bag there. Yeah? And so if we're gonna trim it off, it changes direction, but it very much shares a continuity bag as it blends down to the inside edge of the humerus there.